Hello everyone, I'm Rona and I'm here to tell you a few things before your SBL exam. I'm sure all of you know that this is a 4-hour case study and it's important to plan your 4 hours because the 4 hours go by very quickly when you are sitting in that exam hall and doing the exam. So you can keep aside 1 hour just for reading and planning your answer and then 3 hours for writing the answers. Even though I say keep 1 hour aside for reading and planning, sometimes it might go a little over 1 hour. It depends on the scenario. It depends on how much you have to read. But make sure that you always keep an eye out on the clock because you don't want to go over that time limit. Yeah, you can spend around 2.25, 2.5 marks per minute. The reason why you're able to spend this much time on 1 mark is because you don't have to write for 100 marks. Now that's the good thing about SBL because 80 marks is for your technical marks and then you have 20 marks which is for your professional skills. Now your professional skills are commercial acumen, analysis, evaluation, skepticism and communication. Make sure you know what these professional skills marks are for. If you don't know, please go online to the ACCA website and take a look at those short videos so that you can understand what these professional skills are. Because it really changes the way you answer certain questions. The way, for example, if it's communication, if it's asking you to give insight or give an answer clearly. So you need to know, or be skeptical. So you need to know what the professional skills marks is for. Another thing that you need to remember is the models. Now in SBL there are so many models that you can use. Now using a model can help you structure your answer and it will also help you make sure that you don't keep repeating your points over and over again. Does that mean that you always have to use a model? No. If you don't remember a model, that's okay, just answer the question. Yeah. Like I said, you don't have to use a model, it's just going to help you structure your answer. Make sure that you use a lot of headings, leave a lot of space, and don't just copy paste the scenario into your answer. You need to go on and explain it. Because if you don't explain it, there's no marks available. Yeah, so you also have to look at the requirement. Understanding the requirement is one of the most important things. So understand the requirement, look at the verb. Does the verb say analyze? Does the verb say evaluate? Yeah, because if it's asking you to analyze, you have to give the reasoning behind a particular topic. If it's asking you to evaluate, you might have to give a more balanced answer, pros and cons. Also look at the formats that are there in the requirement. Is it a letter? Is it a report? Is it a briefing paper? Is it a presentation slide? Yeah, make sure that you remember the formats. Because if it's a presentation slide, you'd have to go on and give bullet points. And for those bullet points, you'd have to go on and give accompanying notes. If it's a report, it has to be a lot more detailed. Yeah, so pay attention to the formats. Also pay attention to the audience. Yeah, because the detail in which you're answering the questions is going to change depending on the audience. When you're reading the requirement, there is no rule that one requirement is you'll find the answer in one specific exhibit. You'll have to read all of the exhibits to understand where you can get certain information from. Now, one thing that you need to remember is that you need to stay calm throughout the entire exam. There might be certain bits that you don't understand. There might be certain requirements that you're not able to figure out, but don't panic because once you start panicking, you forget what you already know as well. Yeah. So if you don't remember a particular topic, if you don't understand a particular requirement, just leave space and then you can always come back to it later. One final piece of advice, and I hope all of you do this, before your exam, at least a few days before your exam, try to do a case study on your own. Sit there for 4 hours, practice a case study so that you know what you're struggling with. Are you struggling with time? Are you struggling with understanding the requirement? And then you can improve on that. I'm sure all of you will be fine. Good luck for the exam.